Fishermen across the central region have started a one-week protest against the activities of Saiko, the transshipment of fish at sea in Ghana. The fishermen say they are fortified by the revelations in JoyNews' hotline documentary, Saiko, when the last fish is caught, and wants the government to ban the activities of Saiko to save the fishing industry. Now, the fishermen who have been in red say they are in the bumper season, but they often return with empty nets, a situation that is killing the fishing industry. Central Regional Secretary of the Canoe Fishermen Association, Ken Arthur, says the government intervention in this is key to saving the over 3 million people that directly depend on the sea.
It means there's a danger. But this one is a danger against our livelihood. As fishermen, we are supposed to be in the bumper season of the year. That is starting from July to September. But as you can see, the whole place is dry. From Volta region to Western region, the whole place, all the landy beaches are dry. Why? Because the Saiko people, the Chinese, have taken over our seas. And this time around, if you go into the sea, you observe that they are everywhere. And the artisan fishermen don't have any place even to cast their nets. And it's becoming very difficult even to survive. You could see a lot of children around. Even what to feed on is become very difficult. Some few months ago, it came to the limelight nationwide on Joy that Saiko business is indeed killing the fishing industry, the artisan fishing industry in Ghana. Based on that documentary, there became an eye-opener that Ghanaians, we need to rise up. The fishermen, we need to rise up. Those of us who are directly involved in fishing, we need to rise up. So this is to create awareness and to plead with our president, the able president, the listening president, that he has done it before, where he banned Saiko for some 3 months. And within those periods, you observe that fishermen were very happy with him. So we are pleading with him again, as is being stated in the 2020 budget, that Saiko will be banned in 2020. We are at the peak season. We beg him, we plead with him to ban Saiko, to chase out these Chinese from our waters, so that as Ghanaians, as artisan fishermen.
Now, Richard, JoyNews has been interacting with some fishmongers and fishermen at the beaches. He joins us via Zoom. So what have these fishmongers and fishermen been telling you, Richard?
Well, so basically what they are telling us is that they are in their bumper season, the season where they are supposed to get a lot of cash. But that is not the situation. They go and then they return with empty nets. And it's a source of worry for them, for the over 3 million people scattered along the coastal belts of the country, from the Volta region, Western region, Central region, and Greater Accra region. They only depend on the sea. And they say that this is being destroyed by the Chinese, and then these industrial trawlers, and these are Ghanaian-fronted companies. So they front these Chinese vessels, and then they cause havoc on the sea. So they go to the sea, and they don't get anything. This is the time they say they should have gotten a lot of catch, but now the situation is different. So they've declared 1 week. And so if you go to the beach right now along the coastal belt, the fishermen are in red armbands. They have also, their flags are also red, and they are doing this to signal government that enough is enough and they want the thing stopped. And so that is what the fishermen are saying at the moment.
If I'm to understand what Saiko is, Richard, it's when fishing vessels go out to sea and receive fish from larger vessels and bring them back to shore. Do these fishermen not know any of those being involved in the illegal trade?
Well, so they tell me that they know the people that are involved. They know, apart from the Chinese vessels or the foreign vessels that are operating illegally on Ghanaian waters, they also know that there are some fishermen that are also recipients of the fish that are caught by these Saiko, these industrial trawlers. So the fish, the catch they have on the high seas, they are divided into three. The trawlers pick the best from them. And then the second type is that they also freeze some of them and send them to places like Apam and then Elmina. So if you go to the Elmina fishing place, you will see some of these Saiko fishermen. All that they do is that they meet these trawlers halfway on the sea, and then they get the catch. And the third one is that these are little pelagic, small pelagics, small fish. And so when they catch them, they're unable to use them. And so they throw them back into the sea. And this poisons the sea. And so at a point, they would go to fishing and they would never get any catch because the sea has already been poisoned. And so that is what Saiko really means.
So if I'm to understand what you're saying, Richard, those are the Cape Coast Beach say they are not the ones who are involved in the trade, and it's the fishermen at Elmina who are Saiko fishermen.
Well, so Daniel, in the 2020 budget, government puts in the budget that they are going to end Saiko in 2020. So they allotted some money to the fight against Saiko. But the fishermen say that they've stayed there and then nothing of this sort is happening. But the people at Elmina and Apam who are recipients of these small fish, what they say is that it is not their fault because if they don't go and meet them halfway on the sea, that catch will go waste. The people will still throw them in the sea. So it has become a source of livelihood for them too. But it's not all the fishermen that benefit from this trade. And so they want that practice to end. And then government should also heed to the promise to them to end Saiko because it is something that is destroying the fishing industry.
Richard Kojo-Nyako, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon with those updates.